Everything is wrong with the choreography. Why are there bones in a hamburger casserole? That's like being honest when a woman says, do I look fat in this? Did Ryan Murphy have a thing about guts as well? Drugged out of his head on cough syrup? This is how we do it. Hello guys, and welcome back to Glee. And today we are going to be jumping straight into episode 3, Acafellas. Oh god, I hate this episode, guys. This episode sucks. For want of a better word, it is probably one of my least favourite episodes of the entire show. Up there with some episodes from season 5, like the twerking episode. That's a particularly bad one. The puppet episode is one that springs out to me as a bad episode. But this is pretty horrendous. To the point where I don't even remember watching it on my first run through. When I started watching it for the second time, I watched this episode, I feel like, for the first time. Because I do not remember half of the songs in this episode. And I was like, what is going on here? Where did this storyline spring from? But either way, we're going to jump in, we're going to make fun of it, and we're going to have a good laugh. So without much further ado, let's get into it, shall we?
When'd you start cooking, Terry?
Oh, it's just hamburger casserole.
Huh?
Look out for bones.
Okay, riddle me that one, Batman. Come on, what do you mean hamburger casserole, look out for bones? Why are there bones in a hamburger casserole? What's going on there? I mean, there's one thing to be making a hamburger casserole. What's the point? I don't understand. Isn't it just like a casserole with mincemeat? Is that not what it is? Anyway, moving past that. Why the bones? Where have you plucked the bones from? What is going on here, Terry? This is not good. Maybe we shouldn't let Terry cook ever again.
I'm sorry, I can't hold it any longer.
I've just clocked. It's the I can't remember his name, but he's in the Arrowverse as the fusion person. Fuck, Martin. I've never noticed that before. Well, to be fair, I haven't watched Glee since I've watched Legends of Tomorrow and The Flash and Arrow and all that. But like, damn, that's actually quite a cool crossover. Very, very funny.
Yeah, we're gonna turn the craft room into the nursery.
Show me!
Okay.
Anything to stop eating this hamburger casserole, am I right? Anything to stop eating that. Oh god, what a gross dinner that would be.
I started at Zuckerman and Zuckerman in college. I needed some extra cash. I was saving up for law school.
Are we getting like an emotional backstory for Will's dad who appears in all of one episode? Maybe 2. Like, come on, I do not need this wasted time right about now. Come on, this is absolutely ridiculous. But let's hear about Will's dad's sad backstory about how he couldn't go to law school because he had Will. Let's go.
So I settled for insurance. I mean, who was I to become a lawyer?
You would have been a great one. You're the smartest guy I know.
It's not about brains, son. Being a good father, hell, being a man is all about one thing. Guts.
I don't think that's a defining factor of what it takes to be a man. Everybody's got to have guts in life in order to do things. Like, you just got to have it. So I feel like that's maybe not the best thing.
Step and step up, step and step and turn around and down and up.
Oh, yeah, well, this is clearly not going well, Will. This choreography is not working out for you. I would calm yourself, personally. Step, step, step and clap. Not the most inspired choreography, I have to say. In fact, I'm trying to think of, like, defining moments where I'm like, the choreography here was incredible in Glee. And, like, there are some good examples. Like, I always think of Mike and Brittany's duet in Valerie. But, like, aside from that, I might have to, like, really pay attention to the choreography because, as far as I remember, it was not basic, but most of the time it was kind of just like movement based rather than like full on choreography dance moves, you know what I mean?
You don't have to ask me every time for permission to go to the bathroom, Rachel. You can just go.
It's not my bladder. It's the choreography.
Okay, what's wrong with the choreography?
Everything, Will. Everything is wrong with the choreography. Like, it is actually just an issue. It's a big issue. And I'm not talking about the people that stand on the side of the road trying to sell you one, okay?
You're not a trained choreographer. That's what we need to be the best. We need Dakota Stanley.
I remember Dakota Stanley, and I remember him being a very toxic individual. I remember this episode. Okay, we're going down this route. The only thing I remember about this episode is the really cringy Acafellas group. So this is going to be a real treat for me to re-encounter.
He was the understudy to the candelabra in Beauty and the Beast on Broadway.
Just because he understudied doesn't mean he ever performed.
Did you ever perform, Mr. Schuster?
I was not expecting that. No shade to understudies, please, Mr. Will Schuster, because yeah, have you ever performed on Broadway? No, you haven't. So maybe I would pipe down, Mr. Schuster.
I just never had...
The guts? They say it takes more certainty than talent to be a star. I mean, look at John Stamos.
Very ironic that she brings up John Stamos, considering he becomes her boyfriend in the next series, and there is no acknowledgement of the fact that he is John Stamos, but working as a dentist. Second of all, really, really interesting that they bring up this term guts again. This is now the second time in the space of 5 minutes that somebody in Will's presence has been like, you didn't have the guts. Or like, what you need is the guts. Did Ryan Murphy have a thing about guts as well?
I hope it's cool me unloading on you like this. I don't want there to be any awkwardness.
Will, why are you unloading on Emma? She's a clean freak, and you have a wife.
Sandy, I thought you weren't allowed on campus.
No, William, I'm not allowed within 50 feet of children.
Sandy, I'm fairly certain you're not allowed to be in the school. You're not allowed to be here. So what are you doing? What are you doing here, bestie? If you're not allowed within 50 feet of children, then how come you can be in a school? That doesn't quite make sense.
I told Figgins that you are going to have a school full of Nancys unless you get some hot wood in those teenagers' hands.
And I think now we all understand why this man is not allowed within 50 feet of children, because what was that statement?
Henri had a little problem with over-the-counter cough medicine.
Bro just cut off his thumbs. Bro just went slicing. Does cough medicine really make you that high? No. What do you mean you were addicted to over-the-counter cough syrup? That stuff sucks. That stuff's the worst. That stuff's the stuff that you would rather suffer through than have to take. I'd rather suffer through the cough than have to take the cough syrup, because that stuff's vile. This guy, drugged out of his head on cough syrup, cut off his thumbs. Yeah, he deserved that. He deserved that.
Where's Terry?
Doing inventory. I can't count higher than 30.
I don't know what's worse, the fact that this guy is openly admitting the fact that the education system in America has failed him, or the fact that this cake has thumbs on it, and this man just lost his thumbs. What were they thinking? Bro just deep-throated a thumb. That's kind of crazy, I can't lie. Yeah, that's something.
I live at the YMCA. I only have one pair of long pants.
Oh, please, my life is a disaster with no creative outlet other than writing my Desperate Housewives fan fiction.
I'm afraid of my vacuum.
I know how you guys feel. I apparently don't know how to dance.
Well, that is not a real issue. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that your children were like, we don't think you could dance very well. Fair and valid, because you can't. Everybody else has realer issues going on right now.
For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's the jolly good fellow that nobody can deny.
Rose just said he's got no thumbs, and you're like, for he's a jolly good fella. Oh. For he's a jolly good fella. It's like, come on, the timing of this could not be worse if you tried. But I think the lighting situation has finally been fixed. Give me a round of applause, guys. Give me a round of applause. Oh my gosh. That's incredible. That's actually incredible.
This is how we do
it.
2 weeks ago, I would have agreed that 4 grown men rehearsing a cappella hip-hop in my living room was embarrassing.
Well, it still is embarrassing. You've just hit a low. The low that you previously thought was a low is no longer the lowest of the low. You're performing a cappella hip-hop. A cappella in general, not my vibe. I have to be 100% honest. I didn't really enjoy Pitch Perfect. I have to be honest, guys. I think it's because, and maybe I need to give Pitch Perfect another go, because I haven't seen the second and the third movie. But the first one I watched after I finished Glee, And my friend was like, oh, if you like Glee, you'll love Pitch Perfect. And it just wasn't the same. I was craving so much more from Glee that I wanted to watch Pitch Perfect, and then I was just disappointed by what I watched. Maybe I need to rewatch it at some point, but yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't my vibe, personally.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
Oh, no.
Sandy, we voted. When you're in the group, it's creepy.
Wait,
This is how we do it.
This is how we do it.
Oh my god, he actually did do it. Guys, I was joking. I didn't actually think he was going to do it, but he did. Oh god. Oh, horrendous. This episode deserves to be locked in a vault somewhere and never be shown to human beings ever again. If this was the first thing that an alien saw after touching down on Earth, I think they'd run away. I think they'd be like, do you know what? They've got enough troubles without us invading as well.
This is how we do it.
Well, if I don't get some sleep, I could miscarry.
Terry, you're not even pregnant. You're not even pregnant, and you're saying I could miscarry. You just don't like the a cappella hip-hop bands that they've put together. The Acafellas.
Being in a boy band did wonders for our love life.
Oh.
Seeing me feel so good about myself.
Mr. Shu is not a creepy character at all. On the face of it, like on the actual face of it, he's not a creepy character. But I think because we see so much of him outside of the school, and because the series, especially in like the first series, first half of the first series, it's very focused on him, and we see a lot of his life outside of school, it makes him seem a lot more creepy because it reminds us that teachers have personal lives outside of school. So when he's sitting here and he's like shagging his wife, and then he's going into school being like, come on, Glee kids. It is a little bit of a juxtaposition and it is a little bit weird and jarring. But, like, you just got to remember, like, teachers have lives too. Like, they don't all just sleep in the school like bats. That was a Doctor Who reference for those of you who got it.
It was amazing. I mean, we started doing it once a week. It was like she was trying to make a twin.
Oh, Will, no. She's trying to make a baby because she doesn't have one. And it's actually kind of crazy. It's so funny to me that life plays so many tricks on people. And, well, it's not funny. It's actually quite sad. But it's really, really jarring that life will be like, two teenagers having sex for the first time? Pregnant. Married couple who've been trying for months and months and months? Not pregnant. It's like, this is so jarring.
You know, the truth is, Rachel, if you weren't so hard on me, I never would have had the guts to start Acafellas.
But we need you, Mr. Shu. You've missed 6 rehearsals in the past couple of weeks, and when you're there, you're not really there.
So you're telling me bro started a Glee club? A Glee club? He started it. He's fought for it. And now he's like, nah, I'm moving on to my new successful side project, the Acafellas. Sub Glee club? Who's Glee club? I'm here with the Acafellas. Hoo-yah.
Of course he doesn't want anything to do with us after you kicked him in the nads.
Then why did he thank me?
The goal is to win. And now that Mr. Schuster has agreed to let us hire Dakota Stanley, we can.
This is just my episodely reminder that I miss you, Naya. I love Santana, and oh god. I know when she starts singing her sad songs, floods will be happening. It'll be like, get an arc together with 2 of every animal because Ethan's about to cry floods.
You can't do this to Mr. Schuster.
What? Make him a hero? Once we hire Dakota and win nationals, he'll thank me for it.
I've just thought, like, I don't remember too much about the scenery of Glee, but, like, I'm fairly certain after, like, the first half of the first series, they don't show these kind of exterior shots anymore. I'm fairly certain that most of it is done within, like, that one corridor. You all know the corridor I'm talking about. I feel like at first they kind of shot it on location, and then they might have, like, moved it to, like, purpose-built sets once the studio kind of picked it up for, like, a long run. I don't remember this kind of exterior shot being in the later series.
Wait. Is this one of those chick things where you're pissed about one thing, but you're just pretending like you're pissed about something else? Because
I don't know what you're talking about.
You never bring up the chick thing in front of the chick. No, that's secret bro code, bro. You can't do that. That's like being honest when a woman says, do I look fat in this? Yeah, you do. Why would you say that? Why? The answer is always no. But curiously, the answer to does this make my ass look big has changed somewhat in the last, like, 10 years. Because I would be more inclined to say yes now. because it seems like girls are always wanting their ass to look bigger. This is a very delicate subject, and honestly, it's like diffusing a bomb. That's exactly what having those kind of conversations are, because it can either make or it can break the night, or the relationship, or your life.
But I have enough confidence to say out loud that what happened between us in the auditorium was real. You have feelings for me, and you just don't have the guts to admit it.
That's the third mention of guts within this episode. You'd have thought this was The Walking Dead or something.
Any chance he actually helps?
They're soft. He'll eat them alive. I give them 15 minutes before the first one quits or tries to commit suicide.
Oh, could you imagine being a teacher and being so nasty that the only two options are quit the Glee Club or commit suicide? That's kind of crazy, I can't lie. Like, that's actually one of the craziest things I've ever heard in my whole life. Yeah, wild. Madness. Absolute madness.
I need to go after these Glee Clubbers one by one. I want my full budget restored. I need a fog machine.
Not the fog machine. Come on, you could do without a fog machine, surely. What are you going to use a fog machine for? What if people have asthma? Okay. What if people have breathing difficulties? That's why I use a dry ice machine, okay? Because usually that doesn't affect respiratory issues.
Okay, stop it right there, Mercedes. We are in Glee Club. That means we're at the bottom of the social heap. Special ed kids will get more play than we will.
That's absolutely crazy from you, Kat. That's absolutely crazy, but I know exactly where this storyline goes. It is going to lead to an iconic number, don't get me wrong, but this storyline is just so funny for so many different reasons.
What are you wearing on our Operation Dakota Stanley field trip?
Is there a dress code?
No, but every moment of your life is an opportunity for fashion. We'll hit the mall after school. Meet me at lunch.
And at what point in that conversation did you think this bloke was straight, Mercedes? He mentioned fashion. He literally opened his locker and sprayed his hair with hairspray. Like, come on, that's actually ridiculous. Like, come on, how are you not spotting the signs, bestie? How are you not spotting them?
I don't think I'm his type. Oh, I think you are. Just follow our lead. We've got your back.
Okay, I forgot the she-devils were going to come after Mercedes. I forgot about this. They really do lead her into like a full sense of, even though the red flags are just waving around. But then again, women, love you to pieces. But you do have a habit of ignoring the red flags sometimes, even when they're literally like this in front of you. Hello. They could be waving down an aeroplane. That's how big they are.
The situation is, let's cure it cause we're running out of time.
Let's discuss this, shall we? Because this is potentially the most cringy thing I've ever heard in my whole life. It's not my kind of music, just from the outset. But I think the harmonies are quite nice. The harmonies are quite melodic to the eardrums. I am enjoying them somewhat. However, it's just a little bit tough and rough. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not the best that they could have done. But then again, they're putting on a show, so I don't know. What would you do? What's a crowd pleaser? Probably something like Sweet Caroline, do you know what I mean?
Girl is poison. Never trust the big button to smile. That girl is poison.
I think I would be watching this entire performance going, why has that guy got bandages on his hand? What's the story there? And I'm focusing so much on the bandages that I'm not actually paying attention to what's going on in the performance, because I am so curious what's going on. Obviously, as an audience member watching the show, I know the context. But if I was sitting in that audience, I'd be sitting there going, are they not going to address why he's got both of his hands bandaged up? Like, what was he doing?
See what you're saying, huh? She wearing you, but I know she's a loser.
How do you know?
Me and the crew used to do her.
Ugh. What, like a gangbang? Ugh. Or was she just getting, like, passed around? Ugh. God, didn't realise Bonnie Blue was around back then.
Thank you so much.
Acafellas!
Hey, son! This is huge. We just sold all 17 copies of your CD.
I didn't even have to...
All 17 copies. They only made 17. Why 17? It's such a random number. Like, it's a prime number. You'd think it would be in groups of like 10 or 5. But 17 is such a random ass number. I need to know the reasoning behind 17, please.
Look, there's a PTA meeting next Thursday night. and I want Acafellas to be the main event. I need those parents happy. They found out we've been serving the children prison food.
Prison food? To be fair, I've heard prison food's not bad nowadays, to be fair. They're living the life of luxury. They get Xboxes, they get TVs. Gone are the day of Alcatraz, where they're just in a cell, confined. But yeah, being served prison food as a child, that's kinda crazy. Come on, schools, do better.
A big thumbs up to Henri St. Pierre, who proves you don't need all 10 fingers to pluck a lady's heartstrings like a well-tuned, sexy harpsichord. Only Howard... Oh. Sorry, Howard, they didn't say anything about you.
I thought Howard was a standout. His voice was actually quite good. I was impressed. I was like, I've never heard this man sing before in my life. This is craziness. But clearly not good enough to make an impact on the audience. That is a shame.
Josh Groban. He's coming to the PTA event.
Who is Josh Groban?
Who is Josh Groban? Kill yourself!
He said one of my favourite quotes from Glee. This is something that me and my friend quote all the time. Whenever we're like, who is this person? It's like, who is this person? Kill yourself. We quote this line more than we probably should. It is hysterical. He's one of the funniest characters because obviously he's just a creepy guy, but he comes out with the funniest things. This is one of the best lines in the whole show, and it comes in episode 3. I really didn't realise that. I thought it was like much later on. I actually thought that it was during one of the shows that they do, like the regionals and things like that. I didn't realise that it happened now. That's hysterical.
Okay, fine. But just so you know, the blogs are all a Twitter. They say he's looking for an opening act.
I'm still not over the fact that this man's not allowed within 50 feet of children, but he's in a school. What is this Donny doing? He just walked in, got coffee, and he's now leaving. Surely he's going to come in contact with some children. Stay away from him, people. Stay away from him. He's dangerous.
What he doesn't know doesn't hurt him.
Are we even sure they're rehearsing today?
Vocal adrenaline rehearses every day from 2.
Is this the next step? Because why is there one? So there's Quinn, Santana, Rachel, Kurt, Mercedes, and Tina all in one car. Is this a 6-seater car? Surely not. Surely not. How have they all fit in that car? What is going on in this here place?
We have more
Wait,
heart.
and there's
And you don't look
Brittany!
such-
And Brittany's there as well. Sorry, I was just fiddling about with my hair. But you're telling me Brittany was in the car as well? Where was the room? Who's getting this car for a Sweet 16 when there's 500 seats in it?
My morals got me on my knees. I'm begging, please stop playing games.
This is now the second time that we've seen Vocal Adrenaline, and at this point I'm thinking, you know what? Going up against them in a competition, not worth it. It actually is not worth doing, because what do you mean they're this good? They are this good, and they're not even performing? How are we meant to compete with that with all of our step-turn steps? We're not going to be able to. The dream's over. The Glee Club is dead. What a banger. What an absolute banger this song is. Fantastic song. Like, genuinely, every time it comes on, I'm begging you for mercy. Yeah, yeah. Why won't you release me? I'm like, yeah, this is an absolute banger.
We'd like to get a choreograph for us.
Look, my fee is $8,000 per number, plus a $10,000 bonus if you place in the top 3. And with Dakota Stanley at the wheel, you will place at the top 3.
So you want 18,000? Wait, hang on. Let's do the maths here. So you have to perform 3 numbers, is it, at like a competition? Because that's what I remember them always doing. So 3 numbers, okay, 8,000 a pop, that's 24,000. If they place in the top 3, that's an extra 10 grand. So 34,000 just to get this little weasel to come and choreograph for them. That is mental. I would rather choreograph myself and save me the 34 grand. Thank you very much. It ain't that big a deal. Choreography, you can come up with. Listen, if Abby Lee Miller can sit on a cheese mat and she can shout instructions and she can choreograph, you man can do it as well, because you guys can actually dance.
Sandy went to get Henri from woodshop. Oh, there's Howard. Hello?
I don't think I can be in the band anymore.
What?
This is like Zayn from One Direction all over again. Oh no, guys. This is the beginning of the breakup of the band, which honestly, I think it's time. Do you know what I mean? You've had one good performance. That's about it.
No, look, I think the Acafellas pressure has proven to be a little bit too much for Henri.
Really? Why?
Well, he just downed 6 bottles of cough syrup, which is a lot even for him. He's okay. Sandy's in the emergency room with him.
Sorry, man's just necked 6 bottles of cough syrup and suddenly Sandy's with him. Listen, now I'm not saying that Sandy is a pervert, but what I am saying is make sure that he is accompanied at all times by an appropriate adult, because Sandy will touch him. Sandy will at any opportunity, and he doesn't even have the thumbs to fight him off.
I try and talk sense into Rachel, but she's gone all chick batty. I gotta be honest with you. It's hard being the quarterback when I get in the huddle and all the guys are calling me Deep Throat.
Wow, okay. Deep Throat is your nickname. I mean, have you got much experience with that thing? Is that something that is that something that you've proven to be quite skilled at? That kind of nickname doesn't come from anywhere, you know? Like, there's got to be some kind of truth to it.
Have the guts to stick with it a little bit longer.
Oh! Guys, we've got another guts mention. Like, genuinely, what is it with the guts today? What is happening?
Hey, Coach.
What do you want, Puckerman?
I hear there's a vacancy in your a cappella group. I want to offer my services.
And why would you want to do this, Puck? Like, in the nicest way possible, you laughed at being in the Glee Club, but you're being an a cappella hip-hop band. Like, I know which one I would rather be in, and which one would probably make me look a little bit better. I think they're both as bad as each other, to be fair, when we're thinking about it, genuinely. But at least Puck's going to do it because of plot reasons, I guess?
I've got star potential. And more specifically, I'm tired of wasting my time with high school girls.
Your credit score is terrible. What I need as a woman is financial security.
How does he even have credit score at, like, what, 17, 16? I don't even think I have credit score at 23, 22. No, I'm 23 when this comes out. That's kind of crazy. But that's crazy. Oh, good God. Oh, women, honestly. Your credit score's not good enough. Yeah, well, yours isn't that good either, because I saw that you put shoes on Klarna the other day.
Is that a nipple ring?
Yeah, I'm kind of rock and roll.
I need your help unclogging my bathtub drain.
This guy's 16. This guy is 16, and the Cougars are gagging over him. They are thirsting after him. They're like, come unclog my bathroom drain. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Do these people have no shame? Honestly, what are they doing here?
Now you listen to me, you little psychopath. My love life is hanging by a thread, and that thread is Acafellas. It drives my girlfriend nuts in the pants.
Little bit much to be telling a child. Little bit much to be telling one of your students. It's just a little bit much, Ken. Honestly, let's calm it down, please.
You guys play baseball, right? What does your coach tell you about hitting? If you charge the pitcher, bring the bat. Okay, but I'm sure he also tells you to relax, right?
Will was not prepared for all that terminology. He was like, right, but what I'm trying to get you to do is just relax. Relax. Charge of the pitcher. Hey, Google, what does that mean?
Yeah, get those hips into it. That's it. That's it. All right.
Yeah. That baseball thing sure was good, Mr. Shu. Totally. Awesome.
This is what I mean by, like, he's actually a good teacher. He put it into terms that they understood. It allowed them to be sexy. I don't really... We're not going to delve too deeply into what the end product of that should have been. But it was good that he put it into terms that they would understand, and it allowed them to achieve the product that he was after. Do you know what I mean?
We just don't want you to get hurt by feelings he can't reciprocate.
Look, just because he wears nice clothes doesn't mean he's on the down low.
He wore a corset to second period today.
Do you see what I mean about women and red flags? Because we're waving and we're waving and we're waving, and she's still like, I don't see no red flags. I'm colorblind.
Can't we just make it official?
Make what official?
You know that we're dating.
I'm sorry, Mercedes, but I thought I made it very clear.
Yeah, this is so awkward. This is so awkward, guys. This is so awkward. Like, actually, this is This is kind of dreadful, I can't lie. This is a tough watch. A tough watch indeed.
Rachel?
Yes, for several years now.
As soon as that, like, a high-pitched violin comes in, you just know shit's about to go down. You know, I bust your windows at your car. Yes, this is such an iconic Glee number because I feel like this is the first time that we really get to see Mercedes shine in a solo of her own. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've seen her do good vocals in Gold Digger, but we haven't actually seen her shine in a group number. And this is a fabulous one, so stay tuned.
I bust the windows out your car.
I think Kurt's sitting there going, bitch, this is not the time to sing. What do you mean you're about to do a full choreographed routine after you've just smashed my car window? What you doing here?
I didn't wanna, but I took my turn. I'm glad I did it, cause you had to learn.
You remember earlier on in the episode when I was like, I can't really remember any of, like, the choreographed dances that they did on this show. Like, aside from, like, vocal adrenaline and, like, the competitions, like, I don't remember any choreographed routines. This was a prime example of one that's actually really fun and funky, and I really like it. I also like how they, like, you're about to see it here, but, like, they switch to, like, a sound stage where they then, like, do a bit of the performance and they cut between that and, like, real life. I actually think that's a really cool effect because it's almost like how this song should be shot, and then, like, it actually happening in real life. It's, like, a really nice, it just fits really nicely together, I think.
Of this boost that gave you all of me and you played with it. I bust the windows out your car.
How could you do that? You busted my window.
Well, you busted my heart.
That is no excuse, Mercedes. What are you doing? What do you mean? You busted his window. I mean, there are other things you could have busted, I guess. His kneecaps, maybe?
Okay, let's start with today's business. Artie, you're cut. You're not trying hard enough.
At what?
At walking. Can't be wheeling you around during every number.
I'll have you know that Artie does a fantastic job wheeling himself around. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Dakota Montana Brown, or whatever your name is.
Why don't you wipe that dopey look off your face and get some lotion for those knuckles you've been dragging on the ground?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me is that you're freakishly tall. I feel like a woodland creature.
This is what we in the business, and by business I mean life, call short man syndrome. When they're just a short person, not even a short king, just a short person, they get very angry and resentful at the tall people. At the tall people that tower above them. Those little people, those little people who are like 5'3", okay? 5'3", 5'4". Those little people, okay? They get resentful at the big folk, at the big giants that tower above them in the sky.
When Barbara was a young ingenue, everyone told her in order to be a star, she'd have to get a nose job. Thankfully, she refused.
Where's this going, Yentl?
We're never going to be as good of dancers as vocal adrenaline. We're going to win because we're different.
Yeah, it's a cringy line, but, like, it would have worked on me. It actually would have worked on me. If I was sat in that room and I was thinking of quitting and then you go, we're going to win because we're different, I'm going to be like, yeah, fair game, all right, I'm in, all right, fair enough. You got me there, gal, you got me.
Misfits and spaz heads and cripples can make it too. That's great. What's your point?
Our point is that you're fired, and I'm taller than you.
That's an ultimate insult to this man. That's incredible. Get out of here, you dickhead. I don't remember his name, so I can't even, like, diss him with his own name. Dakota Brown? Dakota Manning? I don't remember.
I know you're not gonna sing that song.
Once again, my question is, how is Sandy allowed to be in this group when he's not allowed near children? Like, I know this is a PTA event, but the children are right there. Puck and Finn. We established this at the start of the episode. He's not allowed within 50 feet of children. That is not 50 feet. That's like 6 feet at best.
'Cause I've been dying for you, girl, to make love to me.
Do we really think that a song called I Wanna Sex You Up is appropriate for a PTA meeting? Probably not. I probably would have gone with something a little bit more toned down. Also, you do have two 16-year-olds in your group and you're singing about I want to sex you up. Not exactly appropriate, is it? Come on, Ryan Murphy. But, like, you got to think about all angles. All the angles. Brad Falchuk, I think that's your name. You also are culpable here.
On you. And this is what you're not gonna sing that song.
No, I just clocked that guy in the audience and he's got a hook for a hand. That was so funny. That's so funny, guys. You might have to rewind it. That was fucking hysterical.
Stop emailing me.
This is a restraining order.
Stop sending me nude photos. Stop calling me. I don't know how you got my number.
Not only is this man not allowed within 50 feet of children, he's also a sex offender. Nude photos to Josh Groban. Did you really think that that would be okay? Did you think that that was going to work out for you, Sandy?
Don't bother. She's already pregnant. Hey, kids.
I'm sorry, but I could not have my dad coming over to me and saying that. No way. You're not saying that. Absolutely not. Please respect my boundaries. Step back.
Josh Groban loves a blousy alcoholic.
Oh, wow.
You have to forgive me, ma'am. I'm a little bit drunk, and I'm afraid I'm not making good choices right now.
Not Will's mum shagging Josh Groban. That was a plot twist I didn't see coming. Wow. What a plot twist, guys. What a plot twist.
You inspire people. Inspired me.
What do you mean?
I'm going to law school. Night classes for now, until I get all of my prerequisites.
That's kind of cool. I mean, we're never going to see this guy again, and if we do, it's going to be fleeting because I don't remember him in any other episodes. But wow, okay, this is quite cool. He's going to night school to become a lawyer. So glad we spent an entire episode working towards that conclusion.
I just wanted to say, I'm really sorry I did that to your car. I paid for it to get fixed.
It's okay. My dad took my baby away after he found my tiara collection in my hope chest.
You see again, tiara collection. Is that not just screaming many things to you right now, Mercedes? Like, is your gaydon just not going ding, 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 ding? Because tiara collection, I don't even know what a hope chest is, but I'm assuming something gay.
I don't like Rachel. I'm gay.
Why didn't you just tell me?
You should have known in the nicest way possible. It's not like this is a shock to anybody. This is such a beautiful moment, and I will hand Glee for being revolutionary in this kind of domain of really opening up conversations about teen identities and things like that. Like, you got to give them props where props are due. Like, other shows have done it before, but this show like changed the landscape, and I feel like because this had such a broad appeal, it really got everybody talking about it. And Kat, trailblazing character, I have to say. So this is a very, very important scene for the entire show, if not TV as we know it.
The Glee Club got rid of Dakota Stanley. Mr. Schuster's back, and they're busy at work on a new number, more confident than ever.
Yeah, the top secret plan didn't really work out how you wanted it to, Sue. That's a real shame for you, I can't lie. But you know what? Better luck next time.
This is what we call a total disaster, ladies. I'm going to ask you to smell your armpits.
Ew.
That's the smell of failure.
I think it's the smell of BO, actually, because I don't think Quinn's put on any deodorant today. Smelly pit girls.
I'm revoking your tanning privileges for the rest of the semester.
That was the exact reaction that I wanted. That was the exact reaction. When I was sitting there and she was like, I'm revoking your tanning privileges, I was just expecting somebody to burst out in tears, because it's just the most hilarious reaction to the most ridiculous of notions. Oh, this is why I love Glee. They're just comedy at every single turn.
Step, ball, change, and head. Step, ball, change, and head. Low, and high, low, and high.
He's upped his choreography from the start of the episode. I'm impressed. I kind of like this. Step, clap, ball, change, clap, clap. I like that. That's fun choreography. All of this like pirouetting and fouetting and rond de jambe, like it's just boring choreography. What I really want to do is step, clap, step, step, clap, clap. Yeah, that's fun.
Thank you. Okay. From the top.
Damn, is this the first episode that they haven't ended on like a killer song? I really wanted like a song to finish us off, but clearly we're not getting that. So that is it for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Do all that YouTube stuff that you guys do so well. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of Glee, whenever that may be. But until then, make sure to keep on ranting. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye now. See ya.
Well, that's all, folks.
Oh, and before you go, make sure that you have the guts to watch the next video.